Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Everything About Cricket, the podcast. I'm Freddie.
And I'm Oliver, and today we are talking about the first 2 days of the first test between England and India, and briefly going to talk about Pakistan versus South Africa and West Indies versus Bangladesh, as well as all our usual features and our third guest. So over to you, Freddie.
Yes, a lot to get into, but today I think we want to just kick things off with a cricket joke. First one ever.
This was not my idea.
No, I came up with this just before the show, and I think we might alternate it or do whatever, but I think it's just going to be a good, fun way to get it over and start the channel. Oliver, you're shaking your head. He doesn't know the joke, by the way, so expect just awkward silence after I tell it. But Oliver, what is the difference between Joss Butler and Cinderella?
Cinderella knows when to leave the ball.
Hey, gets it. Brilliant comedy there. Amazing.
Absolute gold.
Comedy gold. But I think it would be relevant to that exact week, so hopefully there'll be a lot going on each week of cricket. But there's another one we could use. Do you know Joe Root was recently approached by the janitor of the grounds asking for his broom back? So
I did know.
Yeah, but you would know that if you've been watching the recent tests. But yeah, it's a good way to get the start of the show going. But anyway, after that comedy gold part, we now go on to the giveaway.
Yes, and I'm sure all 22 of you subscribers have been on the edge of your seats all week, wondering if you're the lucky one.
Yes, but apart from the fact that this was a bit of a editing fault by our man, we have decided to be so generous and continue with it. But without further ado, I shall announce the winner.
Drum roll, please.
And the winner is... Right, I need to open the envelope. William Leggett. Yes, Will, you won a packet of crisps. Do send us your favourite flavour, and we shall get those to you ASAP. Well done. ASAP.
Yeah. All right. Now let's get to the serious stuff.
Yes. Subscribe.
England versus India. 2 days down. 555 for 8. Yep.
And it's looking like a thriller could take place.
Well, yeah.
But let's start going down the order. Sibley and Burns, the iconic duo, back together, with Burns returning to the side. They got off to a good start, but then Burns, to be fair, Sibley, I think he had to slow down, really, because he was going a bit too quickly. He was on 24 odd of about 60. And we couldn't be having that.
God.
I know, it was incredible, the speed he was going at. So we had to slow down. Without that, though, I mean, Burns, I know what he's trying to do with the reverse sweep, but I don't think it's necessary that at that point in the game. I think it's just safer to keep building the partnership to beyond the 100, get himself to a half century. And I don't think it was necessary at that point.
Yeah, especially as he wasn't looking particularly troubled either at that stage. He'd hit a boundary earlier in the over. It's not like he had been tied up for sort of 3 or 4 overs and was looking for a release. But it was well from Ashwin, just bowled it a bit slower, which Burns was early on the shot and just got a top edge and a simple catch.
Yeah, and then 5 balls later, I mean, you say it's a good ball, Dan Lawrence. It is a good ball. It swung in a lot, but he just looked a bit static with his feet and just didn't really move. Just let it hit.
Well, yeah, that's because it was fast. I think I think that would have got anyone in the England team out fourth ball or fifth ball, really.
Well, I'm not sure anyone. Dan Lawrence, yes. Joe Root, maybe not.
But he will be very annoyed, especially when he then had to watch Sibley and Root back for the rest of the day, looking untroubled most of the time, really. Sibley has clearly done a lot of work against the spin because he looked like a different player from the man who was out of form against Sri Lanka.
Yep.
86 did he get?
87 of 286.
A proper innings there.
Yes, proper. He channeled his inner Pujara to through that one. But very disappointed he would be in himself as he got to last over of the day only to just get done LBW.
Yeah, by another Bumrah Yorker reverse swinging.
Right at the end of the day, really annoying. He would have loved to convert that to a century, but we had Joe Root do that instead.
Yeah. Shall we talk about Joe Root now or later?
I think we should talk about briefly what he got today, day 2, continuing through the innings, and then we just go and praise him even more.
Yeah.
But he got 218. Again, LBW seems to be the main mode of dismissal. Well, it does for the top order at least. Sibley, Lawrence, Root, Pope, all being done LBW. Mostly front foot as well, getting caught on the front foot. But Root 218, and he's now scored 8% of his runs for England of all his career in the last 3 weeks. He's scored over 600 runs.
I think that shows you what sort of form he's in. Also, he's scored I think probably about 100 runs more this year already than he did in the whole of last year in Test match cricket. Like they didn't play as many games as they usually would last year, but still they played 8 tests last year. He's only in his 3rd this year, so that's pretty astonishing. But the ball that got him out was a good ball from Nadeem, is it? I think the left arm spinner. Just the one that went straight on, and he had nearly got Root out earlier in the day with a similar ball, which they reviewed, but it was just going over the stumps that time. So well bowled from Shahbaz Nadeem after he'd been struggling all day, really, up to that point.
But I think that will silence the critics who, in the last few years, has been saying the captaincy's affected Joe Root's batting, as he did. Before this, he hadn't scored nearly as many runs, or didn't seem as good of nick as he did before he took the captaincy role of Sir Alistair. But Ben Stokes, a good knock from him, 82, very positive, good strike rate, highest of the innings. Again, he would have wanted a century there as well, but good innings from him.
And I was up to watch all of it morning, and he made his innings made the 4 a.m. start worth it, really. He was in a bit of trouble early on. Nadeem was getting it to bounce and turn out the rough just outside Stokes. There's a left-hander's off stump, but he decided to counter-attack this by putting Nadeem under pressure himself. Got to 50 with 2 back-to-back reverse sweeps for 4. When he was on just 4 off 16 balls, I think, he had blocked 3 balls by Ashwin, then just smacked him straight over his head for 6, which was a phenomenal shot. And got out playing a slog sweep, trying to get another 6. Just a bit slower again from Nadeem, and he had changed the angle as well, which meant Stokes didn't quite get hold of it. And Pujara just about held on in the deep. A sitter, he fumbled it and managed to catch it sort of in his waist against his chest.
Yeah.
But a great inning from Stokes, 82, on his return to the Test team after he was rested for the Sri Lanka series.
Indeed. Ollie Pope, just back from injury. Now, he didn't really look settled.
No.
It never really looked settled. Oliver, as you got up to watch the 4:30 start on your shift,
was not 4:30, 4 exactly, Freddie.
4 exactly, sorry, but the 4:30 start. But
no, it started at 4.
Did it? Oh, I was under the impression the 4:30 starts. God,
no.
I would admit I got up then. God. But what did you think? Do you think he should really be in the side?
No, I think he should be in the side, but hasn't played since Pakistan when he was injured, and Stokes also hasn't played a Test match since then. But he, for example, he played in the South Africa T20s. He'd have been able to train and stuff because he wasn't injured. Whereas Pope won't have really been able to do as much sort of preparation for this series as he'd want. So he definitely looked out of touch, and the pitch was just beginning to do a bit for the spinners. So it wasn't easy for him. Obviously, Joe Root at the other end was making it look easy. But, I think when Pope was in, you saw sort of an accurate representation of it was actually quite difficult to bat. And by that stage, Dar and Nadeem were bowling a bit better. And he still managed to scrape together 34 runs, I think it was.
34 of 89. Ashwood, it was similar that to Roots, where clever Ashwood shows his class here as he was able just to slide in the skinny straight one and disguise that amongst the others, so that when went to play with the spin, it wasn't there, and played around it, got plum LBW. So Ashwin just showing his class there, but it just shows that to play like that, yes, it's batting conditions favourably in the first day 1 and 2, but still is tricky, especially against the Indian bowling lineup.
Yeah, and it was definitely a well-deserved wicket for Ashwin, who's bowled well the whole innings when he hasn't really had on offer. You're mixing up his pace and just a few subtle variations that changed what little spin there was on offer. And he just looked very good and got his rewards there with the wicket of Ollie Pope.
Yeah, but moving on there, as the days go on, even today, it looked more like towards the end of the day, it was spinning a lot more. So with England's 2 spin bowlers in Dom Bess and Jack Leach, I'm not sure if the quality will be there, but there will definitely be something in the pitch for them. But Josh Butler, he never seemed settled either today. He his first ball, he nearly got caught, and he didn't walk. And I think there was definitely an edge when he was on 18, caught behind.
Yeah,
everyone went up on Washington's bowling.
I can see why the umpire didn't give it, because I think that his bat also hit his pad as well as hitting the ball. So I think the umpire might have thought that the bat just flicked his pad, and really it was India's fault for wasting their reviews. They had reviewed one off Ben Stokes earlier for LBW that hadn't even hit his pad. It came right off his glove. Yeah. And they reviewed it for LBW. So a big waste of a review there that would have come in handy a bit later on.
Yes, acting like Australia with their reviews. But that it does teach you a lesson, especially with the Ashes in 2019. God, you denied that plum LBW because you were so stupid with your reviews. I mean, it does teach you a lesson, even to an experienced captain. Totally. So moving on, Dom Bess. Now, he's good with the bat, 28 of 84, very handy. But I'm not sure if you saw, but Rohit Sharma, absolute dolly he dropped. He just tries to come down the wicket to move it on towards the end of the day, guffs it, comes about neck height, perfect, dream catch you would want, and he somehow lets it go through his fingers.
Yeah, not good.
No.
And
Not-
if he had dropped that and Pujara had dropped the Stokes catch, if both of them had happened on the same day, I think Kohli would be very, very angry with his side's fielding performance. There are a couple of other misfields, but overall, I'd have said India were good in the field, other than that one obvious drop catch. But the last two wickets to fall were the wicket of Jos Buttler and Jofra Archer in consecutive balls. Ishant Sharma getting what he deserved, really. He's bowled very well all of the Test match, just tying England down, not letting them score any runs when there's nothing on offer at all for the seamers. He's been the only seamer who's really, well, the only seamer. There's only been two of them, but I'd say he's looked more challenging than Bumrah. Obviously, Bumrah has challenged and has got 2 wickets as well, especially with the Yorker. He's looked very good. Underrated ball, I think, in Test cricket. Not many people will try to bowl the Yorker, but he's looked very threatening with that. And Ishant Sharma has looked the most threatening, and got his reward. One cut back, hit the top of off. Jos Buttler left it, hence the joke at the beginning of the show.
I do think
and
a bit of a poor judgment from Jos Buttler, but it did move a lot. It was a good ball, so he probably did deserve it, although it's just not a good shot from Jos. But and then Jofra Archer was a good ball.
Just nipped back through the gate. But Jofra Archer, obviously that was a good ball to get up first, but he did seem a bit late on it, and there was a bit of a gap between his bat and his pad, and he hasn't really. He bats well for Sussex, and he is a good batsman, but he hasn't really done anything with the bat at all for England.
Oh no, he's never...
could be slightly worrying for Joe Root, as I'd say personally. I think that's really the only bonus there is of picking Archer over Mark Wood in Test matches. Is that Archer's a bit better at batting, but he hasn't shown that for England. Obviously, Wood's being rested for the first 2, so he won't be able to play them. But let's see if Wood comes in for Archer in the 3rd and 4th.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is about Archer, we've seen he bats amazingly in T20s, bats well for Sussex, but in Test match cricket for England, he's never performed with the bat. He scored 12, I think, in the Headingley match, providing a bit of excitement. But apart from that, he's not really scored. But obviously, as long as he bowls well, no one will care. But Jack Leach, 6 off 28 not out. He was doing proper Jack Leach, 2 off about 16, 17. And then out of nowhere, he charges down the wicket. I think he took on Ashwin, charging down the wicket, smashes it back over the top, 1 or 2 bounce 4. Completely from Jack Leach, but I loved seeing that. I was trying to urge him to do it more, as I still thought England could have got to 550 a bit quicker, declared, and got a couple overs in that India.
Yeah, I was thinking that at first, but then once the wickets started to fall, I think their plan changed to just batting for as long as they can and trying to get as many runs on the board as they can, which with Dom Bess and Jack Leach, the best way to go about it will just be to carry on batting sensibly. But I don't think they'll bat for more than an hour tomorrow morning.
No, that's the thing with England. Even Sri Lanka was able to cause panic in the changing rooms and cause a collapse. So when that does happen for England, I think the best way is to just keep going and just bat for as long as you can. But if Joe Root had stayed in, I think it would have been an option. Yeah.
So Joe Root, 218, first double 100 by an England captain in India, first double 100 by any player on their 100th Test, and he was phenomenal. He never looked like getting out, except from the one LBW review, and also when he did get out.
But it just shows you his class as a batter. I think he's one of the top 3 England scorers. run scorers now.
Yeah, he moved to third in this innings. Yeah.
Yes.
Over to Stewart.
Exactly. So it just shows you what a great player he is to have as your captain.
Mm. And I think that's about it for the first 2 days, really.
We covered the bowling from India, though, just briefly.
Well, we talked about it mostly.
Yeah. Kind of have 2 wickets for all Sharma, Bumrah, Ashwin, and Nadeem. Washington and Sharma Rohit Sharma bowled a couple of overs there.
Yeah.
But Washington not getting any reward. What was he looking like when he was bowling?
Well, he was better today, definitely. But I think the problem was that for Washington Sundar and Shahbaz Nadeem, when there was no spin on offer, they're both quite inexperienced in Test matches.
Yeah.
And they didn't really have anything to offer when there was no spin. Whereas Ashwin had a bit more with these sort of changes of pace and flight.
Yeah.
So yesterday, especially, England just saw out Bumrah and Ashwin, and then scored at sort of 5 and over off Nadeem and Sundar.
Yeah.
And it looked easy for them against them. But Sundar was definitely better today, as was Nadeem, really. And I think you saw their economies dropped significantly. So.
Yeah. The first day, they scored 100 extra runs today than they did in the first day. So the run rate's significantly higher, which is very good for England, as because say Sharma has an economy under 2, Bumrah and Ashwin in the 2s, but then, as you say, the inexperience of Nadeem and Washington Sundar comes to show with their run rate nearly at 4s.
Yeah.
But I think that's it.
It's looking a nicely poised test. I think a draw is still the most likely result.
Yeah, definitely.
But if England can bowl well and get India all out, I don't know, by lunch on day 4, then we could be in for a tight game, especially as the pitch will begin to do a lot by day 4 and day 5. Definitely. And I wouldn't really trust England's batting still against Ashwin on a day 5 pitch.
No,
especially as even when it was just spinning a bit today, they did start to look more and more uncomfortable. Yes. So I guess all 3 results still possible. Draw looking most likely though.
Yeah, but very positive for England, with most people saying India will definitely win about 3-0, 3-1 in the series. Yeah. So very positive for England though. But
they're able to bat and score big runs.
Yes.
And now we go to Guess the Cricketer. I'm currently leading 6 points to 5. Freddie's on the comeback after his 3-pointer in his last go. Can he back it up with another one today? As I'll
almost certainly not.
Sorry?
Almost certainly not, I said.
Yeah, I hope. Because then I'll need 2 points just to get back level. It's currently 6-5 to me, and I'm describing. So my first clue for 3 points, Freddie, is I am a New Zealand all-rounder who scored 100 in the last a Test match 100 the last time England played New Zealand.
I wasn't watching that test. I'm not even sure if he's an all-rounder. Who I'm thinking of. Why couldn't you have gone for Kyle Jameson? Why couldn't you have gone for him? But I'm going to say BJ Watling.
No, he's a wicket keeper. You should know that.
Oh yeah, same thing.
His partnership when he scored the 100 was with BJ Watling. That's your second clue, by the way. The second clue is he's a left arm spinner.
Oh wait, no, it's not him, is it?
Who wears glasses like Jack Leach.
It's annoying when you can see the person, you just can't name them. But I swore he wasn't a spin bowler. No, the annoying thing is I was playing as him, as my bowler, on World Cricket Championship 2. I was playing Pakistan with him, as he got a wicket as well. He got Azhar Ali out. This is in the game. No, I should have got 3 points here. I've already thrown this, haven't I?
Well, you might not even get 2.
I know. It's going to be disappointing. I'm going to have to name random New Zealand people.
Come on.
No, I'm going to sound really stupid because I already said what thing, and now I sound stupid. Now I'm going to sound even more stupid. But okay, when I say this, I don't think he's actually I thought he was a pace bowler. I thought this guy was a pace bowler, okay? Jimmy Neesham.
Yeah, he is a pace bowler. So it's not him. Your third clue is that this person shares a first name with Australian fast bowlers Stark and Johnson.
Mitchell. Bantner. Oh my gosh, how did I not get that?
Is that what's your answer?
Well, it's the right answer, so it has to be yes.
What is your answer?
Mitchell Santner.
It is indeed Mitchell Santner. That's 1 point. And that only gets the 6 all.
You gave me an easy one as well. Oh no, I've thrown that away. Why did I say
Watley? A wicket keeper.
I don't know. I just thought of New Zealand batsman / wicketkeeper. I don't know. Yeah. Hey, I do apologize for all my fans out there, all 22 of you out of the 22 subscribers, because you obviously prefer me. I am the favourite. But I do apologise for that. I could have got 3. I should have got 3 for that. I should have got 3 for that.
All right. You only got 1 though, so that's 6 all. And next week it's my go to guess, and any points I get will be a lead.
I'm going to get
a 3-point lead.
He's going to be dead. All right, he's going to be dead. You're not going to heard of him ever. I'm going to make sure you get 0 points. Last week as well. And then I gave you like Mitch Marsh.
Yeah. So tune in next week to see what Freddie predicts is the first 0-pointer.
And this week we have another guest coming on the podcast to try and topple the leaderboard, which is conquered by Alexander Cardozo at the moment. Please reveal yourself.
I'm Theo Bathard Smith, and I love cricket, so I'm going to win this quiz.
Yeah,
that's what I say every time I introduce myself. Just comes off my name.
Just I love cricket.
Yeah.
Or the subject you're talking about at the time, or both.
Yeah. No, it's always cricket. Don't worry.
Okay, good.
Oh, good.
That's just my passion coming through.
So far, the leaderboard is in first place. Alex has 6 out of 10, and David has 4.5 out of 10. There's 8 questions, 10 marks on offer. How many do you think you can get?
I reckon I could come somewhere between David and Alex. As long as I'm not at the bottom, I'm happy, I think.
Aiming
high.
High.
Yeah, I've got high standards for myself.
But Theo, would you please like to explain your cricketing career so far up to this point in time?
Yeah, I've had a pretty glorious cricket career. I was in the Bs at one point. That was the high point of my career, in the B team. And then it just sort of gradually got lower until I was in the Ds or something, and then I stopped playing cricket. But yeah, so I had a pretty good career. I'd like
batsman, bowler.
Just whatever was given to me, really. Yeah, I excelled as a fielder, really. I was quite good at stopping the ball.
a bit like
okay.
a fielder or specialised fielder.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a specialised fielder.
Okay, so I will take the first question, and this is worth 3 marks. and it is: can you name 3 foreign cricketers? Foreign being not English. And there's
Ooh.
1 mark for each cricketer.
Okay. I can name Virat Kohli.
Oh,
I think he's
Mark.
he's Indian,
yeah.
which is not English.
Yes.
Thank you, Oliver.
There's some outside knowledge from me coming in. I'm not just good at cricket.
If
Yeah.
Ollie, if you were doing the test, you would be getting extra bonus marks for that.
Oh yeah. I honestly don't know if I could name it. Oh, there's the big one.
The big.
Cornwall.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
We'll give you a bonus point if you can say his nickname.
No, we won't.
Pass.
Pass. Okay.
One more. I must be able to name someone, but I don't think I can. I might just leave it at 2. I'm gonna.
2. Don't be greedy like everyone
Oh,
else.
not even a guess.
3.
No, not even. I genuinely can't think of another name. I don't think.
Oliver, do you want to reveal an answer Theo could have had?
Yeah, just name any foreign
you want
player.
name
all of
English.
them. Name all of my options. Who could I have said?
Yeah, just to rub it in Theo's face.
I'm gonna think of a really obscure one here. Let's go. Najibullah Zadran. He's from Afghanistan.
I was
waiting for you to name the English cricketer.
Yeah, I think I know who the English ones are.
Ones you might know would be Steve Smith.
Oh yeah, I definitely know that name.
Does Ben Stokes count as New Zealand-ish? Kiwi?
No, because he plays for England.
Half mark.
All right, Freddie, do you want to take question 2?
Yeah, question 2, Theo.
Yes.
Who is England's leading wicket taker of all time?
He's still playing now.
He is the GOAT.
Okay. I think this is probably going to be really embarrassing because I don't know who's a batsman and who's a bowler. I just know that they all play cricket. I'm gonna say, who do I know? Joe Root.
Oh. He's a batsman.
Oh, that's true.
It was Jimmy Anderson.
Oh, I don't think I even know that name.
We should have got you to watch recent highlights of England versus Sri Lanka.
Yeah, I think that would have helped me.
Yeah.
Well, I did offer that Theo could watch highlights of a recent game and tell us that specialist subject, but he chose not to.
Yeah, I think.
Turn down the
So it's your own fault, really.
Yeah, I messed myself up.
So you're currently on 2 out of 4, 50%.
Yeah,
and this next
like halfway up.
This next question is probably going to be a guess. It is: how many teams are in the Big Bash, which is the Australian T20 League?
Ooh, okay. I'm just gonna think of 6 countries I can name that play cricket. So
no, they're like Australian. All the teams are from Australia.
Oh, okay, it's not international.
Adelaide.
Okay. I'm gonna say 12.
Oh, it's unlucky. It's 8.
Yeah. Oh. 8's the typical number in most leagues.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Well, I think it's the Indian one and the Australian one. So.
Yeah, that's true.
And they're the 2 biggest. So, and the English one, but it's complicated with the English. Because even though we're a smaller country, we like to have North and South, making us look big.
Yeah.
West one is franchises, it's counties.
But anyway, moving on to question number 4.
Yeah.
Another probably guess as how heavy is the cricket ball?
Oh, probably as a guess.
So we'll take it in ounces or grams, and in grams you can have You can have 10 grams either way.
10 grams.
Ounces, you can have, I don't know, half an ounce either way.
Yeah, I have no idea I have no perspective on how heavy ounces are, so I'm going to go with grams. I'm going to say I barely know how heavy grams are. Let's go with 210 grams.
Oh, it's 163.
Yeah.
Which is 5 3/4 ounces, obviously.
Yeah.
But you could have been specific saying adult ball because you have different sizes for the age groups.
Oh, it was adult ball. You see, that's
really
messed me up there. God.
Even though it would work.
Well, ball would be lighter.
But we don't go into that, do we, Oliver?
Yeah, but
I think we should award half a mark just for
yeah.
Your poor
Because to make up for the confusion you've caused. This is chaos now. Restart the quiz.
Yeah, I'm afraid not. And if that that's not really a major mistake, but if it was, I'll just cut it out in the edit so that I don't get stupid. So, question number 5 is, which West Indian spin bowler took 5 wickets in their recent warm-up game against Bangladesh? And I'll give you a clue. His name's already been mentioned today.
Is it Cornwall?
Yes. It is.
Yes. Oh.
Okay, so 3 questions left. You need all of them right if you want to level with Alex. You need 2 of them right if you want to beat David. Or 1.5 to tie with David.
Okay.
Come on, Sophia, you can get back in.
And I reckon you get 2 of them, at least.
Okay. Yeah, I'm confident.
Moving on to question number 6. Which 2 teams contest the Richards Botham Trophy?
So this was played last summer behind closed doors, and I'm pretty sure I watched part of it with you at your house.
Okay. Well, presumably it's not England, Australia, because that's just the Ashes. Some good knowledge showing off a bit. I'm going to say Australia, New Zealand.
It's England, West Indies.
Oh.
Richards was a West Indies player. Botham was an English player.
I did know both of them because of the massive book you had.
I don't think I have it anymore, but I did.
Yeah, you used to have it with you everywhere.
It was in your survival kit.
Yeah, definitely.
You need it. Okay,
question 7. Which English all-rounder has best test figures of 6 for 22? English cricketer. Hasn't been mentioned. Yeah,
hasn't been mentioned.
I don't think.
But he's the get out card.
Yeah, he's the go-to answer.
Yeah, there's always one of them that I just forget though. So it's probably him. I'm gonna say Ben Stokes.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, good.
So now
okay.
the last question. You're on 4. You need this to beat
I need
David.
this to beat David. Yeah.
And I don't think you can really get half a mark on this question. I can't see any scenario that would get half.
It's a county. Just
okay.
So, Theo.
Yes.
Which team plays at Headingley?
And this is an English county.
Okay.
Up north.
Up north.
Yeah.
See, I don't know my counties very well at all. So.
David is listening to this intently.
Yeah.
Making sure he won't mess up.
David's got no nails.
He's biting off, eating them. I don't know.
Trying to think of counties that I could name.
Calm the nerves down.
Can I get a multiple choice? Just
yeah, we'll let it.
Oh yes.
How many? 3 or 4, Freddie?
4. I think. You guys
I'll
choose how many
I'll
choices.
say 4. So one of them is Hampshire.
Oh, I'll go next.
Yes.
Okay, Nottinghamshire
Yorkshire.
or Lancashire.
I'm gonna say it's Yorkshire.
Oh, nailed it.
Yes.
David, did you bring up?
Yes. I bet David didn't think to ask for multiple choice, did he?
No.
That's just my critical thinking.
Big brain moves there. So
yeah. Oh, second place.
5 out of 10. Massive score.
Yeah.
That puts you second in the leaderboard, second out of third, slap bang in the middle. You are one of the best we've ever had on the podcast.
Oh, I'm honoured. That's big compliments.
But thank you for coming on, Theo.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
So we've had 3 guests on, looking for some more. So if anyone else wants to star, as always, thinks they can beat Theo's score of 5 or even beat Alex's score of 6 out of 10, do let us know and we can try and squeeze you on. We've got a long list of guests at the moment, so we'll have to get through all of them first, but we might just about be able to get you on within the next year or so.
Yes.
So,
there's a massive socially distanced queue outside the studio.
Yeah.
But yeah.
5 out of 10. Good score.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on. And that's about it, I think.
Yes, tune in next week to see if our next guest can indeed go ahead of Theo or even Alex.
Yeah. Thank you.
And now we move on to Are You Better Than a Big Bash Umpire? Now,
Are you?
Well, I don't know. Are you?
I think so.
I think so as well, because the last 2 weeks, me and Oliver and I both got them all right if we combined our scores. So I think we go one better and make sure we both get all of them right without combining our scores, like we said last week. But without further ado, let's get straight into it once again.
Okay. After struggling badly in a limited overs game, a batsman is caught, but the fielding captain tells you he wants to withdraw the appeal and let the batsman continue. What do you do?
Well, give him out.
Yeah, but basically the batsman's scoring really slowly.
You can't.
They want to keep them in.
You can't. You drop them. Why don't you just drop the person for the cat? Why don't you just drop it? Just drop the bloody ball.
I'm pretty sure if it's a catch, you don't need to appeal, do you? No, if it was LBW, you have to appeal. But I think a catch you don't.
Well,
so I think
an edge, not out. Yeah. An edge, yeah, but one which he's hits to a fielder. I mean, if you wanted him to stay in, don't catch the ball.
So I think we think it's not out.
No. Warn the opposition.
Okay. This is an unusually generous captain. It is not up to the umpire to determine why the fielding captain wants to withdraw an umpire. That is his prerogative, whatever that means. By the same token, the umpire can refuse to accept the withdrawal and his decision is final. As umpire, you can take into consideration the circumstances. For example, if the batting team couldn't possibly win, you'd let the batsman stay in. So no law was broken. So basically the answer says you can either give it out or not out, depending on what you want to do.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love a team to do that. I'd love it. But even if I'm not batting well, but it's kind of...
Well, yeah, but
It is, because if you want someone to stay, you might as well just drop them. But if you're trying to make them stay at the crease for your advantage, that is foul play. That's only an Australian type of cricket. We don't allow that in this country.
No offence, of course, to any Australians.
No, we only have English and Indian viewers here on this channel.
Okay.
I do love
we got right.
Apart from the fact that you can die almost anywhere you step outside, but I do love Australia.
Second one is a ball beats the bat and hits the wicket, but does not disturb the stumps. However, one bail flies into the air, where it is caught flamboyantly by the wicketkeeper who appeals. Out or not out?
What? So it hits the and the bell comes off?
No, the ball rolls really slowly into the stumps.
Yeah.
But somehow knocks one bail up, so it's out.
It's out, yeah. If the bell comes off, then it's out, obviously.
Obviously, right?
Ich bin ein Krankenhaus.
Right, okay. Apparently it's not out because the bail might have fallen right back into its exact place on top of the stumps if the wicketkeeper hadn't caught it.
No, we're correct. We overruled that. No.
Yeah.
It's just
wicketkeeper's catched the bail. It's still out bowled.
I mean, bails are deadly. He's protecting his field. Have you seen when a bail gets knocked off and hits the field?
Threw one in for a run out and it bounced up and hit the bowler in the eye.
They're deadly. His keeper was doing his duty to his team, protecting his fielders. So we overruled that and we got that correct.
Yeah. Okay? The book's wrong.
The book's wrong.
We know the rule was better than this book.
Because Big Bash umpires are awful. They don't even have DRS. We have EACRS.
To be fair, that's not the umpire's fault.
Yes, but the umpires are bad, so it is their fault. If they were good, we wouldn't mind.
So far, we've actually got none right, but we're saying we got both of them right because we did.
Well, the first one we did, the second one we did, but the book's wrong. Okay, so we could get 3 out of 3. If anyone disagrees with us, you can let us know in the comments, and we will just delete your comment.
And we'll have a serious debate with you.
Yeah, you can come on. You can come on the podcast, and we'll just be saying you're wrong. So there we go, have fun. Anyway, moving on.
Okay, so last one from this week is a bit of a weird one. A number 11 batsman who has had a season full of ducks walks out wearing a Donald Duck mask with teammates to start his innings. Do you intervene?
No, that's brilliant. You don't intervene.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No,
it's obviously they put Donald Duck masks, but professional players wear stuff on their heads sometimes, like Chris Gale did. So I don't think you can wear whatever you want.
It's so funny. You wouldn't want to be the guy who spoils it, would you? Otherwise, you look strong. Otherwise, no.
You should insist that.
I would say. If the umpire says if he instructs him to take it off, the player should then turn around and say, "No, I give you 5 penalty runs to the umpire."
Okay. It says you should insist that the mask be removed. They're not allowed to be worn on the field of play, because they might be someone who's already batted or someone who's not on the team sheet or something like that. Which kind of makes sense, to be fair.
Yes, but what you can do is just remove the mask and make sure it's nobody else, and then put it back on. Okay, but it's really funny, and the book's wrong again. Okay, we got 3 out of 3, just because we want to have a laugh.
Yeah.
So we got them all. And now a quick update with cricket around the world. Bangladesh are facing West Indies at home in a thriller of a test match.
Yeah.
Last day tomorrow.
West Indies need 285 to win, 7 wickets in hand, or just to bat out the day for the draw. Bangladesh scored 430 in their first innings, a maiden test 100 for Mehdi Hassan, Warwican, the pick of the bowlers, with 4 wickets. Raheem the Dream also getting 2, which you love to see.
Love to see it.
West Indies started well, but then lost, I think it was five wickets for 2 runs, or 6 runs even. 5 wickets for 6 runs to end their innings. Jermaine Blackwood 68, Josh De Silva 42, and Craig Brathwaite 76 at the top of the order. Mahedi Hassan also bowling well there, picking up 4 wickets to go with his 100. Bangladesh second innings, 223 for 8, declared. Captain's knock from Momin al-Haq, who got 115. Lytton Das also scoring 69. 3 wickets apiece for Cornwall and Warwican.
Can I just say, I think that's very wrong from Bangladesh, as they denied Raheem the Dream a chance at a fifer. So I think that's very wrong declaring like that. Poor sportsmanship. Should have allowed Raheem Cornwall to try and get his fife. So I do want to condone Bangladesh for that.
But some bad news for Bangladesh is that I think Shakib's injured, because he didn't bat in that second innings where they had up to number 9 came out to bat. So he'd have either been 10 or 11, which is way too low for him. And he hasn't bowled so far in the last innings. 110 for 3 West Indies off of 40 overs. Mahedi Hassan getting all 3 wickets. So, I mean, he's having a great game. 7 wickets plus 100 in the match.
Yeah.
Kyle Myers on debut with 37 not out at the moment after both openers got out for 20s. And Shane Mosley also out on debut for 12. And that is West Indies, Bangladesh. Over to you for Pakistan, South Africa.
Yes, but just before that, it looks like Bangladesh will win, but Raheem Cornwall hopefully will provide some upset. But Pakistan, South Africa. Pakistan 272 in the first innings. Imran Butts on debut got a 15 and a 0 in both innings. Abid Ali, not debut, sorry, but Abid Ali didn't form either, getting like both openers getting under 20. So I just confirmed that wasn't Imran Butts' debut. He just hasn't played much. Azhar Ali getting a duck first innings, but Babar Azam 77 and Fawad Alam 45, as well as Fahim Ashraf with 78 not out. Pick of the bowlers for South Africa were Nortje with 5 wickets for an economy rate of 2.28 with 56 runs. Maharaj also got 3 wickets. Mulder got 1, and that was that. South Africa's first innings rounded this and duck. Ravuma 44 not out, but no half centuries. Quinton Cox 29, so not much going on for him at the moment, as we said last week. Pick of the bowlers, Hassan Ali 5 wickets for 54 off 15.4 overs. Then Ali, Ashraf and Afridi all got 1 wicket apiece. And Pakistan's second innings continues with a bit of a collapse. Imran Butt getting a duck. Only 33 from Azhar Ali and 29 from Fahim Ashraf. Mohammed Rizwan 28 not out. He's the real last resistance they have, I would say, and Hassan Ali. But if South Africa can wrap them up quickly, as their bowling attack has been Linda and Maharaj getting the wickets, as well as Rabada. So if they can wrap them up quickly, they can possibly still be in this, as the lead is only at about 190, 200.
I think it's exactly 200 with 2 days left.
Yes.
So both of those 2 games looking like they could have very exciting finishes.
Yes. So there definitely will be, I think, a winner in the Pakistan-South Africa one. Pakistan looking more likely. Bangladesh looks the more likely one to win. Hopefully Raheem the Dream can get a half century to provide some upset to either draw or win the match. But that is the update of cricket around the world.
Yeah, so there's just one last thing you want to say, and then we will close this week's episode.
Yes, so as second test is approaching shortly, only 4 days rest after the first one. So we will be thinking of doing a daily update, about roughly 10-15 minutes each for the England Test match. We'll probably take it in turns to do the morning shift. But if you do, there will be a poll coming out on Instagram. So if you do want to see that, whack that yes button and you will get it. So
yeah, it should be good if we can. It's the school holidays overlapping with the second test, so perfect.
Brilliant.
To get early and some cricket on terrestrial TV for the first time since 2005 Ashes. But that's all for this week. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you, Freddie.
Thank you, Oliver.
And goodbye. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.